Hey you guys, hi my village. Coming to you at 6 o'clock. Right on time. I'm gonna share the video to my my private Facebook group really quick. And y'all know the routine. Hope you guys are enjoying your Monday. Whenever you join in, go ahead and put an emoji or a like so I can know that you're here. So do a like or emoji so I can know you're here watching. Hey you guys. I'm just sharing with my private Facebook group. Today's topic is dating as a single mother, which is kind of tricky sometimes. And that's based on experience and all the stuff I hear from other single mothers. You can share if you want. I don't care about sharing all the time. Hey CJ. But definitely I'm going to start in just a second, letting a few other people join in. And I got some questions and some tips as far as single mothers go when it comes to dating. My bad, I hit my desk. My iPad all shaking. But yeah, I definitely am going to get deeper into that topic. Just waiting for a few more people. Hey Tamara. How is Texas? You know, I was thinking of moving to Texas. My son and dad is moving there this month, and he was like, oh, I'm moving to Dallas. Are you enjoying Texas? Hey Kenny. T-Sign, hey. I ain't seen you in a long time. But I'm gonna start. As far as dating as a single mother, it takes the right kind of man to actually be able to deal with and handle a single mom, because single mom is like the captain of the ship. They run their household, they do everything, so it's kind of hard for them to fall back and let somebody else take that role. What'd you say, Tamara? Let me see. You love it there? Much cheaper, I bet. Hey Mo. Yeah, how dating as a single mom. You know, Mo, you know you're a single mom too in dating. So it's a struggle sometimes, but it do take the right type of guy to date a single mom. You have to be strong-minded. You cannot be one of those guys that's there to play games, because a single mom will cut you off in a quick minute because they ain't got time to waste and they are not going to play games with you. Hey Jazz. But the first question I had is, like, first off, single moms, it's hard for them to find time to date because they carry so much weight on their shoulder and they have so many responsibilities and roles that they have to play, being the all to their kids are going to come first regardless. So their priority is going to be on their kids. So you do have to be a flexible person when it comes to single mom, because if you're going out on a date and you have something planned and something come up, you're not going to have them. They're going to go and check on their kid. Simple as that. So you can't be one of those people that's selfish and needy. They cannot date a needy person. Hey Ida, you caught me in the beginning. You didn't miss nothing really. But you can't be a needy man or selfish and just want all their time, because their time is limited and it's stretched thin most of the time. So finding the time to date, if they make time for you, you are a special person, and don't waste it. Because time is not the essence for them. Like, they are busy all the time, working, playing every role. And the hard part is, like, for a lot of single mothers, because they don't get a chance to get out a lot and go out and explore, it's hard for them to find somebody to date. So sometimes you will see single moms on, like, dating sites and stuff where a lot of people are clowns and playing games and not serious about actually being in a relationship. But because they don't have that time to be out hanging out, they don't have a lot of me time to go sit somewhere and run into somebody or meet somebody, unless you meeting us in the grocery store, at Starbucks. That's probably the one place, or church. that you would find them on a consistent basis, or at their child's school, or the daycare. But other than that, it's kind of hard for them to meet you. So when they do meet somebody, they don't want their time wasted. Yes, Shanita. When I make time, don't waste. Right. Especially if they're an entrepreneur, because half of the time they're building their business, raising their kids, and sometimes working a full-time job. And just because you don't get out as much don't mean they just want to Netflix. Oh my gosh, Mo. They do not want to Netflix and chill. You better come with it. Simple as that. Like, you cannot come with no basic stuff, because they've been there, done that. And doing something with you got to be worth it. Worth them leaving their kid or finding a babysitter, which is hard too, and challenging, especially because they don't have help most of the time. But sometimes they do have a village. Like me, my mom relieved me on the weekend. She'll pick my son up from school on Friday. He come back home Sunday. Even though I still work those days and I'm off Monday, Tuesday, it give me a break. Like, I work at night. I can go out in the morning or something, do a breakfast date or something. So I love that my family do step up and give me breaks. My son will go to California like a week or two in the summer, things like that. Like, I love being able to find that time, even though I'm not really dating right now, because I don't have the patience for the people nowadays. Between our kids working these businesses, you better be worth it. Yes. Another thing is, it's hard for single moms to date, because in the dating process it's kind of difficult. They have to completely be over their previous situation or their child's father, because there cannot be any drama. They're not looking for another headache. They're not looking for anything. So single moms, it takes them a long time to get back in the dating game. Well, some people, because some will go jump in with another person, damaged and all, and have another baby, have another situation. But the good ones pretty much take their time to heal before dating. So after they've worked on themselves for so long and been single for so long and just focusing on career and raising their child, they're ready. They're not ready for no games. They're ready for a serious relationship. They're ready to have a family. They're looking for a potential partner, or father of their next kid or whatever, someone to build a family with. If you're not ready for that, don't even bother, because you pretty much be wasting their time, and they don't have the patience or the time to waste time with someone that's not ready to be that role model. You don't have to be their kid's father, but potentially you can be their stepdad. So you will eventually step in that role if you guys become really serious. Hey, thank you for joining in. But I'm just talking about dating as a single mother, and like the type of people that they don't want. But another thing, like, it gets difficult when they have to explain to their child who you are, who this new person is. You might be a friend for a long time until they know this is real. You're never going to meet their kids. Like me, when I date, my son is not going to meet that person unless I'm actually in a committed relationship with them. Like, my son, he might know that I'm dating. I might say, oh, I'm going out on a date. But if it's serious, then you will meet him. But he's mine, and he don't meet my people I date. So I leave it at that, because it makes things complicated. Because you get like a curious kid like mine, who dad is really not in the picture consistently, will ask questions like, is that gonna be my new daddy? My son would tell me, Mom, why don't you, I want you to have a boyfriend so that you can have another kid, so that I can have a daddy at home, stuff like that. I want you to have a husband. That is scary, because he would get attached to that person because he's needy for that male figure. So it makes it hard for me to date and introduce someone to him, because he'll think like, oh, that person's going to be in our life forever. I don't want to disappoint my kid or hurt my kid and put him in that position where he can potentially get hurt as well. Let me see what you guys are saying. The problem is balancing, because the games are real and we are so grown after all. Of the healing and growing. Yes, Shanita, so true. But it's difficult, especially when you don't get to meet the kid and you want to do like, it start getting more serious. Let's say you guys become intimate. The overnight stays is kind of tricky as well, especially when it's not time for you to meet the kid, and we do have to protect our kids. Yes, Shani, we do got to protect our kids and their emotions and feelings, because sometimes kids are more needy for a relationship, for you to be in a relationship than you are. Like me, I'm perfectly fine being single, but my son wants a family so bad. Like, he's the reason why I got out and started dating again, because he's like, Mom, you never have a boyfriend. Like, I haven't had a boyfriend since he's been born. And he's like, you never have a boyfriend, and I want a daddy and a stepdad, and I want siblings that live with us. I want you to have another baby. Me, I'm fine with just one kid, but he's the one, like, I feel like I'm being selfish because I'm not giving him what he deserves. So, like, I had to look at it that way last year and, like, okay, maybe I should start looking into dating, because I was perfectly fine making my money and getting degrees and doing me. I wasn't worried about no guys, because I'm like, I don't got time. I don't feel like giving my all to nobody right now. But now I'm in a place where having a kid is possible only if I'm married. It's an option, because this time it's going to cost you to leave. Like, I'm not about to be a single mom twice. Simple as that. Another thing was, when I talked to another mother, she was saying, I waited too long to date. Like, is there a such thing as waiting too long to get back in the dating field? Because I've talked to guys and they said the same thing. Oh, she been single too long and she's independent and like stuff like that. Like, I've heard of that, and I'm like, is that a real thing? Because I feel like it don't matter how long it take for you to get yourself together before you get in the dating field. It's important to work on you. So however long that process take, I feel like it shouldn't matter how long you've been single. You've heard of it too? That is crazy to me. Like, it shouldn't matter how long you've been single, because that during your singleness is the most important time in your life. Because even when you get married, you still have to deal with your singleness, and you're bringing that with someone else's singleness. And if y'all both damaged and didn't do the work when you was single, that marriage is not going to last. And I do believe it can hinder, but you have to be open. Yeah, it depends, because I feel like I've been single for probably like 11 years. And during that time, I've accomplished so much. I feel like in my own singleness, I've grown so much to where I'm at the point where it's hard for me to meet someone where they're at when I continue to grow, and I see other people just sitting still. That's when my circle changed. Everything changed in my life. Like, I don't have the same friends anymore. Hey, coach. I don't have the same friends anymore. My circles changed. I evaluate everything and everybody. So I've cut people loose. Even long-term friends, like, I don't even talk to anymore. That's dating. Some of them are married now. Like, I completely understand that too, though. But yeah, like, I worked on myself and accomplished everything I gave up in a relationship and dating, because I used to be one of those people that would go 120% in a relationship and forget about myself. I would lose myself in a relationship. I gave up school. That's what took me so long to go back to college and get my degree and everything. I gave up school. I gave up working on my business plan, all for a relationship, because I was giving 120% to the relationship and not focusing on myself anymore. So once I was single, I did everything I couldn't do or gave up in a relationship. Girl, that's just quiet. Yeah, but it's so true. Like, so a lot of times you do, like, when you become, I wasn't a mother when I was in a relationship. So I've been single since I've been a mother. So it's a little different, and it's harder for me to date. Because I look at people a lot differently as a mom, because my son come first, his safety. I do background checks. I don't play. Like, when I'm dating somebody, once I get your name, your, like, one of your parents' name and your birthday, I'm gonna run a background check, because I don't trust nobody around my kid. And I gotta know, like, I trust but verify. And I've always been that way. And I let them know, like, I'm gonna run a background check on you. So if you lying, you better tell me something right now. Like, I can't deal with nobody that's like a sex offender. You've been in jail for domestic abuse. Like, it's just some things I don't tolerate and I won't settle for. I don't care how much you've changed now that you're older. I don't play. Background checks, something I'll do. Public records. Yeah, a lot of stuff is free. So I'll go on Google, your old social media, whatever. It's not private. I can find everything. I worked in HR for advertising and marketing company. I used to go on social media and look up people that I'm getting ready to interview. And you find so much stuff for free on social media. And whenever your page is not private, background checks are necessary, yes, because these people nowadays are crazy. Like, no joke, especially here in Las Vegas. You get addicts, all kind of stuff. Like, and me, I can peep game real quick. Like, having a psychology degree, I read body language, everything. Like, when I see some mental things coming up, that's on my checklist. Like, check, I'm gonna make a mental check of that, because I'm like, he kind of acting kind of crazy. He might have anger issues, and I ask for questions about your family, all that. Like, it's very serious. So I do take dating a little more serious than I did in my early 20s. Now that I'm 32. I don't know. It's just required when I am considering dating you. Hey, I'll send you these prospects. Then I get friends that try to hook me up with people. I'm like, let me know something about that person. Like, I'm still gonna check. I always tell people, like, when you get out of a relationship, and especially if it's your like child's father, don't date too soon. That's a no-no, because you have to give yourself time to heal. Also, don't become exclusive too soon. I see this all the time with mothers. They kids can name like so many guys they mom dealt with. That is not okay. Like, you're screwing a kid up, letting them know, like, forget Papa was a Rolling Stone, no, mom get around. Like, that's kind of crazy. Then you got 2-3 baby daddies. What example are you showing your kids? Like, when you know better, you do better. And I always tell that, and I'm gonna stick to that all the time. I just can't stand when mothers bring every guy around their kid, even if it's just their boo thing or their old faithful. Your kid should not know everybody you're dating if you're not in a serious relationship with them. That just like boggles my mind that people show that example to their kid, like it's okay to be with all these different men. And kids are not stupid. They know that ain't no uncle or brother or cousin, whatever lies people tell their kids, that when they try to introduce the person, like, oh, this is my friend, and da-da-da-da. Like, kids are not dumb. My son will call me out in a quick minute. Like, if I have a coworker or something, we going to hang out, he verify, like, if that's my coworker or not. And he would be like, no, they don't work with you, Mom. Like, he would call you out. He would interrogate a guy worse than I would, and my dad. Like, he's one of those kids, like, when I do get serious about somebody and I bring them around him, he will ask them, like, do you got kids? How much time do you spend with your kids? He asks them, do they have a job? Do they have their own place? Do they have a car? Like, he really go in. They be like, dang, your son got me nervous. Like, he's 9 years old. Like, he'll, can I meet your kid? What's your kid name? When is their birthday? Like, he asks those questions because he know I'm serious about, especially if I date a guy with kids. Like, if you don't take care of your kids, I don't want another one of those. No. I'm not signing up for that disaster waiting to happen. And when people be like, oh, it's complicated. No, it's not. But like, I'm a parent coach. There's always a way. Then at that point, you become a client. Like, you are no longer a potential dating person, mate. You will be a client. They good. Overprotective over you, yes. I bet, Aisha, I bet your son, like, because he a teenager, like, he looked like he would be the one that would be like, nah, Mom, you can't date him. You're not going nowhere with him. My son would talk about what you got on, like, where you going dressed like that? Mom, why you putting on makeup? Why you doing your hair? Like, he would be all in my business. And I'd be like, I'm grown. And he'd be like, no, Mom, where are you going? Who are you going out with? Because he know I don't ever go out. But, like, another thing is, well, don't introduce your kids too soon. And just understand that she's going to have a lot on her plate. So when you plan stuff, sometimes them plans might get canceled. Like if something come up, their child gets sick, whatever, they're going to stay home with their child. And don't feel guilty about it either. Because a lot of times we'll feel bad, like the guy will make you feel bad or guilty for standing them up or counseling, stuff like that. They have to understand, and that's not the right guy for you when he don't understand that your child is your priority. My son has been the teenager that would respond to an Instagram post. Oh my gosh, bro. Teenagers, they are protective, but I love them. I love kids. Like, they will put you in your place. If you're not thinking right and they know you're not doing the same thing, sometimes I tell people, listen to your kid, because they will give it to you straight. Like, you might not want to hear it, but sometimes it's necessary to hear that from your child, because they have that option too of who you're going to be with, because that could potentially be their stepfather or whatever. And a lot of people, oh my God, this really, really drives me crazy when one moment you're with a guy, you got 3, 4 baby daddies, kids, and the next thing you know, you got a girlfriend. Why are you confusing your child like that? Like, oh my gosh, that boggles me. What message are you sending to your child? And how confused are you making your child? And are you really explaining to them what's going on? There's a lot of women that I see out there. Like, I know some are really, truly gay, and that's it. They're not just testing the waters, or what I say, like my friend used to tell me, like, they ain't really gay. They're just freaks. And they just want somebody else to have sex with, like a different person to have sex with. She's like, they just a freak. They're not really gay, because they still like men. Like, ain't no such thing as bi. You're just a freak. Like, but she's hardcore gay. So it made me laugh, because I used to be like, seriously, like, how you go through having all these different kids and babies, and then all of a sudden, like, you done with men? Like, I know we get to a point where we're like, I'm sick and tired of men, but no, like, don't go there. Don't confuse your kids like that, and cause more chaos. We already got enough screwed up kids out here in these streets. But save your kid, please. But that really irks my nerves, because I'd be like, you was a hoe with the guys, and then now all of a sudden, you done switched up the game. Like, is this just a phase in your life? And that's what makes people question, like, are you really gay or not? Like, it just, like, saved the headache. I just had to say that. Sorry, you guys. But, understand that it takes a while when you're dating a single mom for them to release responsibility. I'm like that, where the guy be like, let me take the lead, whatever. I'm so used to leading and running my household to where sometimes it takes me time to let someone else make those final decisions, and just the simple things, like even trusting somebody to drive me around. Be like, like, you ain't about to kill me. I seen you drive. I got to come home to my kid. Like, I'll drive us. Like, that's me. Hey, Mary. But you do have to be patient when it comes to wanting to meet the kid, because some guys are very eager, which is a red flag to me. They be like, oh, I want to meet your kid. Like, oh my God, I only known you a week. What are you questioning me about my kid for? Like, my kid is not part of the equation right now, because I'm still getting to know you. Like, it made me feel some kind of way when guys are in a rush to meet your kid. Like, I dated a guy like that right when I had my son. Like, my son was probably about 8 months, and I started dating, and he was asking me, like, how tall am I? And he was like 6'8", and I'm like, oh, I'm 6'1", and he's like, how tall is your baby daddy? I know your kid's gonna be tall. And I'm like, why are you so interested in my son? And even when my son got older, I was dating somebody, and he's like, Can I be your son agent? And I'm like, are you here for me or my son? Like, you seem so interested in my child. Like, that is not cool. Because I think of you like a predator. Like, are you going to try to molest my kid? Like, I start thinking like that. And I'm like, okay, I have to protect him from you. And you're going to get blocked. And I don't even bring people to my house. Because that's my security, my happy place. Like, my place of peace. Where I feel safe. I will meet you somewhere, and they have to be okay with that. Like, I don't want you to be around my kid or accidentally meet him. No, there's no walking me to the door. Our night ends once our date ends, and that is it. But you do have to have a guy that's pretty much as busy as you, because when they got too much time on their hand, they're gonna nag you about you not spending time with them. And that irks my nerves too, to be like, you always busy and da 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 da. Like, you knew that coming to the gate. Like, you knew I was a busy person. You knew I have responsibilities and things to do. Don't act like it's new news now. And that's pretty much all I had today. Like, you do have to have a strong man, selfless, not needy. Someone that's actually able to lead, because you do have to have like that alpha male. Somebody that can take over and you feel comfortable with leading your household, just in case you do have a more serious relationship and move to the next stage of like marriage, things like that. But what other topics do you guys have? I did want to, well, I'll probably come live later this week to talk to the guys for next month for Father's Day, and I wanted to get some topics that they wanted to talk about, because we want to get the fathers together too. All the way together. Like, there's a lot of guys that need help. They need help on dealing with like drama with the baby mama. They need help with how to bond with their kid, how when parents use the kid as a pawn, like how to get through those things. And like just going through life as a father, because they don't get a lot of credit. A lot of mothers get more credit. Even on Father's Day, a lot of women try to take over Father's Day as well. So like, we'll give them their day, and I want them to feel special the whole month. This month is for the ladies, of course. Mother's Day is next week. I hope you guys enjoy it, because my next live will probably be on Monday. Let me see what the topic is. It's going to be 5 ways to relieve stress as a mother. And I might talk about the time management, or I might say that for later this month. But go ahead and have a date night for Mother's Day weekend, or a spa day. Like, I might take my mom to the spa. What are you guys doing for Mother's Day? But I was thinking of taking my mom to the spa and go see that new movie with Gabrielle Union. I forgot the name of it. But I want to go see that this weekend when it come out. But I want to know what you guys have planned for Mother's Day this weekend. Hey Marvin. Hey Marvin, I need your help because you're a dad, and send me some topics that fathers like have about fatherhood and the struggles and problems they have, so I can have something on the calendar for June, because I haven't made up my topics of discussion for my lives on for June yet, for Father's Month. But I am going to keep the time for my lives every Monday at 6 p.m. It seemed like that time works better for me, because that's my off day, even though I don't usually take it off. Today is my first off day, you guys, since April 17th. I've been working 12 hours every day since then, up until yesterday, and this is my first time in a while since vacation that I've taken a day off, and actually was lazy as hell today. Fully refreshed. It's 100 degrees here in Vegas. Tomorrow's I think gonna be 104, but it is hot, and I've been a hostage to the air conditioning in the house, drinking my water and catching up on work that I didn't do for my business. But it is hot. And I have nothing but planning to be relaxed and comfortable tomorrow. Antoine, send me questions too. Like, I need all y'all men to step up. I want to help you guys too. I've been helping the ladies for a while now. I do want to add in the guys because I know fathers get left out so much. That's why I created my membership for I Am My Brother's Keeper, because I am my brother's keeper. Like, I have a lot of nieces and nephews. All my brothers have kids. Literally, yeah, all of them have kids. The last two just had one like 3 months ago. I have a 3-month and a 5-month-old niece. Then I have twin nieces that are about to be, I think, 12. And I have another niece and one nephew. But I do want to help the father. So y'all give me some topics, guys, for what you want to talk about next week. And maybe I'll invite some of you guys on, because I have some friends that have some awesome ideas. And I want the men to have that support as well. Because I am a parent coach. I don't discriminate. I don't only work with mothers. I work with fathers too. Actually, I've only had men as clients so far this year, which is so crazy because I get a lot of inquiries from women, but I've worked more with men. They take action, so they're not afraid to step out and say, I need help. Like, how do I get through to my crazy baby mama? But I do have support for them, so I have interviewed a lot of men to get different topics and get in their mind about how they feel left out in the parenting process or planning. That's how I was able to write my, actually I have it right here, my guide to parenting like a boss. I did the research first by talking to the men because I wanted to show and share what they bring to the table, as well as what the mother bring to the table is also. So it was really helpful, and I do thank the guys that do always give me feedback and send me messages and topics like, oh, talk about this, or pick my brain about different subjects. Like, I do appreciate that, and all the other people that send different topics and stuff. I do enjoy helping everybody as far as like parenting go, because it's not just a one-way street. It's not just one parent involved, it's two. So I got to be able to understand from a male's perspective as well. So like, my son and dad can't teach me all that because he's still learning, and we're still working on the co-parenting process and him being a better father and stuff. So I do know a lot of good men, and there is a lot of great fathers I see on my page and my feed that I know personally are awesome active fathers, and I want them to be able to help those who's struggling and help them get that courage and that motivation to get back involved in their kids' life and know that it's not over, and you're forever a parent, so nobody can ever take that title from you. So I always let people know that, like, no matter what's going on, the situation is never going to last forever, unless you're just dealing with one psycho crazy person. But there's laws that will help you, and there's ways for you to get around certain things, but you do have to speak up so that people can know that you need help in order for them to be able to help you through that process. But I do appreciate you guys. I don't want this to be another live that go on for an hour like all the other ones over an hour. I wanted to try to keep this one short. But if you guys have any topics, or you want to talk to me about your situation, see if I'm a best fit for you, you can definitely message me or send me an email. My website, I forgot to tell you guys, my website is under maintenance. I am revamping and redoing everything, so it's unavailable right now. So if you went to my website recently, the last 2 or 3 days, it's going to say like that web page is unavailable. It's nothing wrong with your browser. I have it in maintenance mode right now so that I can revamp and change some things around. So please be patient. So you won't be able to reach me from my website, so you can email me or message me, and I'll be able to pretty much schedule the best time. Most of the time it's Mondays and Tuesdays are usually when I'm open to have that discussion. You get a free 45-minute session with me to talk. I do have one-on-one coaching available, and I also have group coaching available. And I have my co-parenting program in which I help people build a plan. You get the ebook, you get 4 sessions with me together with the other parent. If you can't get along, I do have options to speak with each person like individually until we can get to the point where both of you guys can coexist in a session. But whatever works for you, I definitely have a few spaces left. I think my calendar is open. I have availability tomorrow, and I have a few spaces for next week. So just definitely reach out to me and we can have that discussion, and we'll go from there and see if I'm the best fit for you. Again, my prices are changing within the next 2 weeks. Once my website is finished, my prices are definitely going up. So if you want to get the lower prices right now, definitely go ahead and book your one-on-one with me. It will be for 45 minutes. We can do Messenger, we can do FaceTime, we can do however you want to communicate, conference call, but I will be available mostly on Tuesdays and Mondays, and I can figure out some time for the other days during the week or the weekend because I do work full-time as well. I'll think about that and get back to you. I have to go for now. Thank you for tuning in. That's all that I have for you guys today. I have a ton of other topics that you guys have been sending over that are like super, super, super interesting. And I can't wait to get to. Like, we're going to talk about old school versus new school discipline probably this week. I'm going to make time to go live probably Wednesday because I work early mornings on Wednesday. So we're going to talk about the old school versus new school discipline. And I want you guys to interact with that live. It's most likely going to be around like 5 p.m. On Wednesday. But we'll talk about old school versus new school discipline and how it's definitely very different with these new generation kids. But thank you guys for tuning in. And I'll see you guys most likely on Wednesday. Have a nice day, y'all. Bye.